Okay, Hotep, Black Power, giving honor to the ancestors, giving honor to the Creator. My sister, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul of the Street Law Soldiers. My father, my in-laws, my family and comrades who are in the ancestral realm. And Hotep and Black Power to you all, specifically those, and especially those who are fighting in the liberation and salvation for the black nation. In my last video, I was cut short when I was discussing certain factors and elements into how why most of our youths and young adults, create such crimes. That they're not hard. It's not because a person is hard. In most cases, like I said, not in all cases, in most cases, the young gangbangers and, people that don't have, our youth that don't have any regard for human life, most of them have been violated, either mentally, physically, or sexually, like I said, a lot of them are not going to discuss that and reveal that because they don't want to give, they don't want to think, they don't want people to think that they, weak or gay or faggot, soft, and all this shit. So they conceal that pain, and they take it out on other innocent people. And that's how you have gangs. When you have gangs, which is a military, the Crips and Bloods are military. The gangster disciples, all them Satan disciples, all them is a military regime. That's right now that are mentally out of control, mentally out of whack, and functioning on an unconscious state. Because what creates a gang, when you have one person that's hurting, that's been violated, he runs into someone else with the same issue. So they, and then another, and then they have a lot in common. They won't discuss it with one another, but the way they, they show how bad they are hurting by doing the most killing. This is how fucked up I am. So I'm going, I'm going to really do a drive-by tonight because this is how I feel inside from being violated. Do you understand, what I'm talking about? Do you understand where I'm coming from with this? Because this is some deep-rooted shit. And a lot of shit has to be addressed and dealt with. It's not that these, our babies are, natural born killers. They're 15, 16, 11, 12, 19, 20, 21. And they have choppers in their hands, and they kill people that look like them. And that's for a reason. It's for a reason. Not for the season. And then when the white man comes, you drop that shit and you run. Rarely do you motherfuckers bang it out with them. Rarely do you bang it out with them. And so that tells you that, what it is that you have been tricked once again. Because what they do, they trick you. They sell you, the cracker sells you the weapons. Then when you murder somebody that look like you, they come back and pick you up and lock you up and put you away. It's a trick. And you niggas fall for the tricks every day. Every day. And the motherfuckers that coming to get you to take you off the streets forever. They're coming to get you. mind you that you are never going to return back to the streets. You'll never come home again. And you won't bang it out with them. You come out the house with your hands up surrendering. And they know this, man. Once again, you've been tricked. And see, and then a lot of them, see, you have to look at, you know, when these brothers, Mike Brown, all these brothers are murdered. We don't know if they were working for the police. Because a lot of these young boys are working for the police. And then when the police say, you know, when they sell enough drugs for the police, and if the police have a whiff of a feeling that they're going to blow the whistle on them, that's when they're murdered. That's when they're murdered. So we don't know, you know, out of all the thousands and thousands of brothers that you motherfucking pigs have taken their lives, we don't really know if they were working for y'all or not. Because, you know, you pigs are some dirty motherfucker crackers. And there's some of you niggas who, you know, that agree with the executions of these motherfucking babies. You know, David Clark, that sheriff in Milwaukee, Ray Hagans, you know, Steve Harvey. You know, it's a bunch of you motherfuckers that agree with the slayings and executions of these babies. But when, you know, when it happens to somebody in your family, then you want to create a goddamn, you know, a organization, you know, and hotlines and all this bullshit. You know, based on the fact, you know, that karma has popped you in your motherfucking mouth. So, you know, once again, I have no sympathy for people who are race traders, you know, for people who are hindrance into black liberation. You know, none. You know, because it's uncalled for, and it causes people to lose their lives that are fighting for liberation and salvation. You know, let me ask you, what part do you play in this whole piece? Are you part of the problem in the black community, or are you part of the solution in the black community? And when I say part of the solution, I don't mean selfishly just looking out for your family and nobody else. I mean globally, what are you doing on a daily and consistent basis in the black community to uplift the level of consciousness in our brothers and sisters who are struggling, who are strung out, who don't know which way to turn? What are you doing? You know, let me give you about 5 seconds to marinate and think about that. Yeah, brothers and sisters, I'm back. I just got a call from one of the premier scholars and lecturers, you know, in the black community today. And like I had explained to y'all, and I always explain to you all that, you know, a lot of the most explosive and most dangerous but important weapons in the black community are those who are underground, those who are grassroots activists and warriors and lecturers and scholars, you know, and not just the premier people. So this brother's in Petersburg, Virginia. Very, 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 very intelligent, highly motivated scholar, you know, and his name is Professor Bobby Beverly. So I'm going to see if I can get him on the phone and get his opinion on some things concerning the black community. Professor, are you there?
Yeah, peace, brother. How are you?
All right. Give me your opinion or brief, very brief synopsis of some of the remedies that we can use to kind of extinguish the black on black crime, black on black violence within our babies in the black community.
Well, first of all, brother, thank you for allowing me to speak. It's very important that we as elders, especially in the community, those of us that are 50 and older, reach out to our children. Today we seem to have a fear of our children, and that's not good. One of the reasons why our children are in the dilemma that they're in is because of the American government, as well as those that are primarily 55 and older. And I say that because those that are 55 and older were raised in a generation where we were raised correctly, and the rod was not spared. And therefore, when the American government saw how well disciplined and well mannered we were, they put in place implementations of things to keep us from disciplining our children. And those of us that are 55 plus, the majority of us dropped the ball, and this is the dilemma that we have today with our children.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and yeah, brother, I appreciate you sharing, and you made a very, very strong point as to, some of the some of the issues that are plaguing our black community. Give me a second, please. So, that was Professor Bobby Beverly. Very, very, very strong brother. But once again, back to the black youth. The abuse is the core reasons, core issues for the violence. Because the black on black violence is a reactionary behavior. It's a reaction to something that has taken place inside on an individual, and that's the reaction. Instead of, put yourself in that position, and you're in the hood, you don't want to reveal that you've been violated. So what you do to conceal that and to try to ensure that no one will ever know that or be able to see right through it, you coach yourself with all of this violent behavior to put the impression on that you are so hard, because you're covering up what's going on inside of you. And I'm telling you this from a professional standpoint. I am a licensed counselor. I deal with the black youth. I deal with the gangbangers. I deal with any youth that is not in compliance with itself. And I'm not just talking about, being obedient to the system of racism, white supremacy. I'm talking about being part of the liberation of black people. And that's what I do. I help, these youths, and I've been criticized and, threatened by other superiors in high administrative positions where I work, as to, don't teach the babies, don't teach the boys that they're black gods. Teach them just to be good slaves, good little niggas. And I refuse to do that. I refuse to do that. And so, you're either going to allow me to bring them into manhood properly, or you want me to do what you're doing, which is instructing them and preparing them for the penitentiary by not raising their level of consciousness and telling them that there's something other than what they are. No, I refuse to do that. I refuse to kill these babies in that sense, in that manner. And tell them that, life is just about you. Get you some Jordans, get you a TV, get you some weed and get you a job at Wendy's, you know, making slave motherfucking wages. You know, and you're supposed to be content with that. I don't teach them that. I don't teach nobody. I wouldn't even teach an animal no shit like that. You know, so you know, like I said, it has to be some serious changes in the black community. You know, and like I said, this is why I fight for the liberation and salvation of the black nation. This is why. This is one of the main reasons. You know, they have our queens so fucked up in the head where they act like they're supposed to be rewarded for doing queen duties. You know, you have the majority of these black queens that the king is second to a goddamn imaginary deity, a motherfucking white homosexual faggot, you know, white Caucasian motherfucking cracker Christ. And then you come after the Peckerwood, after this homosexual faggot, Jesus. You know, and that is why shit is so fucked up. But then you got these conscious queens out here. They understand who they are, and most importantly, they understand who you are. You know, and I've seen them. I met a lot of them. They straight goddamn riders. They straight up motherfucking riders. Because they understand. And they know, most importantly, that they know. You know, the majority of our brothers and sisters, they don't know. They have the slightest goddamn clue. You know, none of these deities can get us out of this condition. You know, you have to study the warriors. Study Toussaint Louverture, Boukman Dada, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Marcus Garvey. You know Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammad, Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton. You know, true warriors. And that mentions a lot of these brothers off the street that were murdered and ambushed by police for running in police stations and, you know, holding court downtown and things of that nature. Those are heroes too. You know, and see, you know, and they train our babies. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, you know, Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman. That's it. That's it. And see, they Christianized those four individuals. Those four ancestors, they Christianized them and they punk them down to make it seem like, you know, they wasn't shit. They were some minute motherfucking people. You know, they were the only ones that had heart during the period of physical and chattel slavery, which is total motherfucking bullshit. Like I said, it was more than one Harriet Tubman.